Okay, you guys, I think we are live. Yay! Okay, so this is the first time I am doing Google Hangouts. So I am hoping that this is going to work for all of you all. I think we are live. Yay! Let's make sure. Okay, perfect. Great. So for those of you that are not watching this on YouTube and you're on Google Hangouts, that's great because I'm going to do a chat session later on. So if you see on the right side, you should be able to see a chat box. And if you have any questions at all, type it on the chat box and I will be able to answer your questions real time. I'm super excited because um, we've been wanting to do a virtual meetup for the longest time for our meetup. And finally I said, you know what, let's just do this. I hate for you guys to really go through all the traffic and get to downtown. And I've heard a lot of different people tell me, please, let's do it online. So yay, this is our first time online for the Women Entrepreneur Success Meetup group. And I'm super, super excited. Just a quick, I see a lot of people joining. If you're on YouTube, if you want to, you can see me live. But if you want to ask me a question, you might want to hop onto the Google Hangouts on air because that'll be able to give you a chat box and I am monitoring it. I am the only one working, so I will be able to see it and I will be able to answer any questions that you might have. If you were in our past meetup, you know my voice is a little gone, so bear with me. I have my water here, so I'll be, you know, hopefully be able to manage for the whole hour. What I want to do is a couple of housekeeping. If you have not been to any of our meetup sessions that we have, a quick reminder, we generally do it the third Wednesday of every month. It is at 7 o'clock and generally we do it at Start Houston. We do have some requests to do it at other places and we'll start doing some networking events. But as of now, it's going to be at Start Houston. And come join us. We have a lot of fun. We talk. And if you have a business, you'll be able to tell us about your business and really, you know, get us involved with it. We can give you feedback and it's a lot of fun. So come join us. And in the meantime, today we're going to talk about marketing on a shoestring budget for your business. Before I get started, I'm going to do a quick screen share with you so you can see my little, let's see, okay. There, I hope you can see it. So we're going to start with marketing on a shoestring budget. And again, like I said, for those of you who are joining us, if you're on Google Hangouts, you are very welcome to ask me questions. There should be a chat box on the right. And as we go, feel free. As you all know, that I love to be interactive. So ask me questions and we'll get started with it. So yay, welcome. This is our first ever virtual Women Entrepreneur Success Meetup. I am super excited. I've been wanting to do this forever. So yeah, welcome you all. I do want to remind you a couple of things. We do have a mastermind that's coming up, which starts on September 11th, and it's called Launch Your Business. So if you have any idea about a business or you have a couple of ideas about your business, you want to check, you want to get some market research done, you want to get your business launched, we will be working on it. It's a 12-week mastermind. We meet once every week on a Skype session, and we will probably end up meeting in person also. So, and there will be homework, there will be workbooks, worksheets, and I will work with you one-on-one. It's a very small group. We're going to limit it to 4 to 5 people at this point. So you get to interact with other people that are in the same stage of business as you are, which is right at the beginning. And we get to mastermind, and it's a lot of fun. And also at the end of it, Our result is that you get to launch your business, which is a big thing. So if you have any questions regarding that, feel free to message me or email me. My email is smita, S-M-I-T-A, at ugramedia or womanpreneursuccess.com or ugramedia.com, and you'll see it on our meetup, and I'll put it in the comments below so you'll see that. Also, as you know, we do our monthly meetups, which is the third Wednesday of every month. So if you have any topics that you'd like me to talk about or any speakers that you'd like to see, you are more than welcome to give me any suggestions, any topics that you're interested in. I would love to get you involved, or if you know anybody. We've done that before where we have called speakers from outside to come in and talk, and or if it's me, I will talk with you about a topic, and it's a lot of fun. Our meetup is really for us to learn. So if you have any topic that you'd like to learn about, feel free. Also, any suggestion for venues? We generally do our meetups at Start Houston, and if you have any particular venue that you'd like to see us, I know a lot of us tend to be in the suburbs, and I get a lot of requests for venues in the suburbs. If you want to see us there, let me know, and if you know of a venue, let me know, and we will try to come to you. So before we get started, let me come back online so I can see you guys, and you should be able to see me. Let me see if I can see you. All right. So again, you have the chat box, so ask me questions, and we will get started right away. I will share with you my screen so you can see the presentation that I have. If you want to get a hold of it at the end of the presentation, feel free to send me a quick chat message, and I'll email you the presentation so you can have that too. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so you should be able to see this. Wonderful. Okay, so I want to start with really figuring it out or trying to find out why marketing is important. A lot of times, marketing tends to be the last thing that people think about. They are ready to launch their business, they have a business idea, they set up their website, or you have an online store, an e-commerce store, or even a physical store, and you're ready to start. And you don't pay attention to marketing because you feel like, I'm going to put it out there and I want people to find me. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Take it from me, I've had 3 physical location businesses, and marketing plays a very, very important role in your business. So why is marketing important? If you have a business, you have to market because people will not know that you exist. It's amazing. I used to have a retail store, and literally in year 3, 1 year, 2 years, right? 3 years, you're expecting the whole neighborhood, like all of Houston, to know that you're there. I had people walking into my store and say, oh my gosh, I live like 2 miles down and I didn't know you existed. And my store was literally in the busiest shopping center that was in the neighborhood. So, I was so surprised when people would come in and I'd be like, seriously, you didn't know we existed? And yeah, because marketing plays such a big role. You think that you have a storefront or you have an e-commerce business and people are going to find you, and trust me, they won't. So make sure that when you're building your business plan, you pay very, very close attention to your marketing plan because it is crucial. If you're starting a business, you have to market. That's another thing. A lot of people think that they want to start a business or they're getting ready to start a business 3 months, 6 months down the line. That's great. And they tell me, you know what? I want to start a business 6 months down the line and I'm not ready to start marketing right now. Unfortunately, that's really in this crowded market, that doesn't work. When you start a business, you don't expect people to walk in on the first day because they don't know that you exist. So it's so important that if you're thinking to start a business 3 months down the line or 6 months down the line, to start marketing today. Honestly, I'm telling you, start marketing yourself or start marketing your business because it is super important. Imagine you have your marketing plan set up 3 months in advance, you're marketing your business, and when you open those doors on that first day, you already have hundreds of people lined up to start buying your product. I mean, I know that's a dream for every business owner that's out there, but it is possible, and that is through marketing. So make sure that you pay very, very close attention to marketing when you do your marketing plan, your business plan, and all of it. The other thing which I think is very important to really, really pay attention to when you do a marketing plan is to understand why you are doing a particular campaign, right? So in the beginning of your business, people say, okay, I want to be on Facebook, or I want to be on Twitter, I want to be on Instagram. That is ad hoc marketing. That's literally like I'm throwing spaghetti in the wall and I'm expecting it to stick. And I'm hoping people see me and they're going to come and buy the product. Unfortunately, again, it doesn't work that way. So I want you to take very important note right here. When you start thinking of marketing, I want you to think about what goals you're going to have for your particular campaign, right? Is it to build awareness? Is it to build trust? Is it going for the sale, or is it to build loyalty? So I'm going to go back and talk about these in just a quick second. I do want to hold on one second. Okay, so you should be able to see me now. So I want to talk about a couple of these 4 goals that are super important. So when you are doing your campaigns, the first thing to think about is your awareness, right? So is your campaign that you're doing, your marketing campaign, building awareness? And sometimes with your campaign, that could be social media, it could be your Instagram account, it could be your Twitter account. You might not be wanting to build a sale instantly. You just want people to know that you exist. You just want people to know that you have thought leadership on something. So for you to be able to do that, what you need to do is build an awareness, a brand awareness campaign. And that's your goal. Sometimes your goal could be to build trust. So say, for example, you already have a business, and in your business, you want to now get the customers that you already have to know you, to like you, to understand you, to trust you. And when you do that, that campaign, your goal would be to build your trust. Another goal of your campaign could be for the sale. So if it's an e-commerce, right? For example, if Christmas is coming and you want to start getting a certain Christmas deal out, every marketing tactic that you're going to use would be to build a sale. So in that marketing, you want somebody to click on your marketing campaign to buy a product. So that is for the sale. The 4th kind is to build loyalty. So you need to really understand what your goal is for your marketing campaign. If you don't have a very specific goal, your marketing campaign can be very generic, and you feel like you're doing so many things. Like, I'm building a website, I'm doing social media, I'm going and talking to people, I'm networking. But by doing all these different things, you're not measuring anything. You have no goals. So it's very, very important right in the beginning to have a very specific goal for your marketing. And think of it in 4 boxes, right? So your awareness, your brand awareness marketing, your trust building marketing, your sale for the sale marketing, or your loyalty, to build loyalty. And once you're very specific about your marketing campaign that's going into one of these 4 boxes, you'll be very easily able to measure and see if your marketing is working. So let me get back to showing you the presentation here. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. There, you should be able to see that. Perfect. So now, once you have your goals for your marketing and once you are able to figure out what your measurement is going to be, and you know if this marketing is working or not, you want to start working on your tactics, right? You want to start figuring out what is it that's going to work for your marketing. And today, we're talking about marketing on a shoestring budget. So all the tactics that I'm going to show is the only commodity it's going to use is time, and not too much money or not too much, with especially with your small businesses or with your projects that you're working on. It's important to spend a lot of time on these, and that will be able to help you gain a lot of marketing and get some brand awareness going. So number one is go where they are. And when I say they, I mean your target customer. And it is so, so important. And again, going back to social media, right? A lot of people are everywhere. It is so important to be where your customer is. And how do you know where your customer is? So the first thing I want you to do, if you already have a business or you're thinking about having a business, is to create a customer profile. What that means is I really want you to dig deep. I want you to go really in depth into who your customer is going to be. Now, it can be as generic as a woman who is a professional, maybe who works 9 to 5. That's really not going in depth or going into your customer analysis. When I talk about your customer analysis, I want you to focus on the nitty-gritty of it, right? Maybe I'm a Pilates expert, or I'm a CrossFit trainer, and I want to know, and I want to market to women. So I want to go in depth. So when I write my customer profile for a CrossFit trainer or a Pilates expert maybe, and I'm focusing on women, my customer profile is going to look something like this. So I want to focus on women who are 30 and up, who maybe just had a baby. So they are 6 to 8 months, just had a baby, who live in 5-mile vicinity of where I am. So it's very target specific, right? Who maybe have researched Pilates or yoga on Facebook, or who have joined Facebook groups that belong to, that are fitness groups or yoga groups or Pilates groups, who maybe are a member in the gym nearby, or maybe whose kids go to this school that is right next to my house. So it's very, very important to go very in depth, because what's going to happen is when you go in depth and you figure out where they hang out, and when I say hang out, I literally mean like hang out maybe in coffee shops or hang out in social media. Maybe they hang out on Facebook groups, right? So if I'm searching, if I'm targeting for a mom that just had a baby 6 months ago, I know she's going to be in Facebook groups that are new mom Facebook groups, right? Or maybe they are, she's going to search on Pinterest something to do with fitness. So if you can go deep down, you know where they hang out. And so your marketing campaign can run very clearly with the customer that has already bought into your product. So if they are a member of a fitness group, you know that they're looking for fitness. So it could be Pilates, it could be CrossFit, it could be yoga. Whatever you have, you can go ahead and target it to them because they're already a warm contact. They're not a cold contact, right? So by going where they belong, by going where they hang out, you are not cold calling anymore. So that first step of marketing, that cold calling, like I'm just going to spread it out to 10,000 people and see who responds back, you are totally taking that away. So focus on people that have already bought into your product or in the realm of your product. So if you are into fitness, that they've already bought into your, Pilates, or they're looking at gym memberships. So that way, it's very easy for you to focus on these and be able to market to them. So tactic number one, go where they are. And also the other thing is, like, for example, when I say the photographer example, say if I'm a photographer, right? And I am a photographer for, I'm a wedding photographer. If I'm a wedding photographer, I'm not going to go market on LinkedIn because I know that my customer is not hanging out on LinkedIn. I'm going to go market on Pinterest, or I'm going to go market on Facebook because that's where my customer is hanging out. So it's super, super important when we talk about marketing campaigns to really understand where your customer hangs out. And the best way, I want to say your shortcut to is to create an in-depth customer profile or customer analysis. Because as soon as you do that customer analysis, it's going to break you directly into your warm leads, and you'll be able to talk to them instantly. So make sure you do that. Let me see if I have any questions. Okay, no questions right now. If you have any questions, guys, make sure you ask me. And I'm going to take a quick break to get some water. So this is really your time. Ask me questions. Okay. So tactic number one is go where they are. Your tactic number two, shock and awe. And what I mean by shock and awe is really be where your customer is and awe them with value proposition. So really just, if there's any one of you that have read Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, really this is part of that. So go where your customer is and give them so much value. It's, a lot of times people go and say, okay, I can help you do this, or I can help you do that. Instead of doing that, give them value. If you see somebody is, let's go back to the wedding photographer, right? If you see that somebody is looking for questions about maybe locations in an area near you, give them ideas. Tell them what to do. Tell them how to get permits. Tell them where they need to go to get permits. How much do the permits cost? All of this is just giving value. And once you give them value, they are awed. So they understand that you know what you're doing, and they're able to come and get whatever product you're selling, right? The shock and awe works really well with with service-based businesses. So if you have a service-based business, be it if you have a storefront, you have you're a hairdresser, you have a wedding photography business, you have a fitness business, no matter what it is, for your service-based business, shock and awe really, really helps. Now, let me tell you a real-life example of how we used it in our store, and really, it was shock and awe. So, when we had my store, a lot of times and it was a retail store, so a lot of times people would come in and get birthday gifts, right? So they would come in, buy birthday gifts for a friend's kid or their neighbor's kid and all of this. And what we started doing was, when they would come in, we would ask them if they wanted us to so we started putting a very cute topper on the birthday gift. So imagine you'd walk into, like a birthday place, and you see in the numerous birthday gifts that are sitting on the side, you see this one birthday gift that has this very cute, so it's wrapped, and it has this very cute little froggy, toy froggy, sitting on top, And in the toy frog's mouth, you see a little card that's popping out. I mean, it was amazing, right? So if you walk in and you see that, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to know where that came from. And once, I mean, it was an idea that anybody could do. We started doing it, and we would ask them, it wasn't something that the customer would come in and say, okay, that's what I want. It was something that we started asking them and say, hey, would you want a topper on that gift? And we would make it so pretty, and it was just out of the world. And I'm not kidding you. People started coming into our store and they started saying, hey, I want a birthday gift and I want something that I saw at that particular friend's birthday, and they had a froggy sitting on it. So literally, it's so easy for like a simple thing as an upsell for a birthday gift, right? So we're marketing because it's a simple upsell. We're selling, we're marketing, and we're owing our customer because it's something very different, and yet it's so simple. So shock and awe is a very, very simple example or a way of marketing your business by really awing your customer. So try that. The next tactic is what I call earned reputation. So I want to give you an example, right? How many times have you walked into a store, or how many times have you gone to a store looking for a particular person, right? In fact, one of my friends recently had gone to Saks, and she told me, she said, oh my God, if you ever go there, ask for Tracy, because Tracy is amazing and she'll help you out and she'll hook you up with deals. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to Tracy, right? So earned reputation is a marketing tactic that you can use that is easy. And it is there's no money involved, but what it does is it helps you really get in front of your customer because they start building trust. Earned reputation is a marketing tactic that helps you to build trust. Some of the ways really to start doing that is to find people that you've worked with, right? So if you're a yoga instructor or a CrossFit trainer, ask them to give you a video testimonial. And it's very simple. Sometimes maybe they don't want to give you a video testimonial. Maybe they just want to write something out. Ask them to write it out. And I'll give you a quick tip. When you ask somebody for a testimonial, have them write out like 4 or 5, right? It doesn't have to be the same thing. They can change up their experiences. Have them write out 4 or 5 testimonials that you could use on social media. You could use it on your website. You could use a video testimonial. All of these are free marketing tools that you can use to build trust with your customer. Also, don't forget, a lot of times you work with people and then you feel shy. You feel like, you know what, I don't know how to ask them. I know I did a good job, but I feel like maybe it's not a good thing to ask. If you don't ask, they're not going to give it to you. So be sure to ask them for testimonials. And also, don't forget to get permission to share them. So when you ask them, once you've done a good job, of course, right, your marketing tactic is to ask them for referrals, or not referrals, ask them for permission to share the testimonials. So what that will do is free marketing tactic to build trust, because as soon as somebody sees that on your website, they're like, oh man, she worked with her and she knows what she's talking about, right? And don't forget to put it all over social media. It's very important. Let me give you an example. I know a coach, a business coach who works in particular with entrepreneurs who want to get in, the big magazines and the big publications. And it's very interesting. So literally once in every 2 days on her Facebook page, on her social feed, I see, oh, work with so-and-so, and now this person is a contributor to the Harvard Business Review, or work with so-and-so, and now this person is was profiled on Vogue magazine, or now this person is in so and so magazine. Now this is subliminal marketing, because they're not saying, hey, this is what I do, but it's earned reputation, right? When I look at it and I'm like, ooh, I want to be on Vogue magazine, and this person can make it happen, I'm totally going for it. So don't be bashful. Go and people that you worked with, ask them permission. Sometimes another thing that works is if they're not willing to give you permission to broadcast their name, just say, and when you put it on social, just say, a client of mine was featured in Vogue magazine. And maybe if you have a snippet, put a snippet without the name. Again, earned reputation, free marketing, and it's totally going to work. So let's see the next one. And again, I'm checking to see if I have any questions. Guys, hop on to, I see a lot of you on YouTube, but hop on to Google Hangouts and ask me questions. Okay, let's see. So we got that. Before I move into tactic number 4, I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Okay. Tactic number 4, put out content every day. This is so, so, so important, guys. Consistency is number 1. You need to be in front of people. This is people that are not your client yet, people that have not bought your product yet, people that have already bought your product, or people that are on the verge of buying your product, right? It is so important to be in front of them. Now, when I say content, and again, this is free marketing, all it's going to take is your time. Because look at bullet point number 2. It says content that your audience likes and not what you like. This is so important, is to really understand that you might want to put something out, but it's important to figure out what your audience likes, because that's how they're going to respond to it. Also, the other thing is, when I get a lot of questions when I talk about content, and people ask me all the time, when I talk about content, I don't have time to write a blog, or I don't have time to make a social media post every day. When I totally understand that, I don't either. And the way to do that is to curate content. And what I mean by that is, so don't forget, number 1 thing is to build consistency, right? So you want to have content out, because that's your free marketing tactic, which is going to build trust with your customer. And when you're in front of their face, on their feed every day, they're not going to forget you. So it's important to put out content, consistency. Number 2 is, even if you are not creating original content, share content. Share content that your audience likes, because that way you're still in front of your audience and you're not spending a copious amounts of time writing a blog or writing, posting on social media. Well, posting an original content on social media. Yes, you do need to do it, but make sure that you curate, because that's how you're going to get consistent over time. Now, 3 things that I want you to do with your content, right? Number 1, and this is the first thing that a lot of people don't do, and it's super important. Ask people to spread the word, right? For your business, you may have a Facebook page. If you don't ask people to spread the word, people are not going to do it on their own. So make sure that you tell them, say, hey, would you mind sharing my page? Because if they share it, you'll see it go to 1,000 other people they know. And if one other person shares it, 500 other people they know, right? Again, free marketing. So make sure that you ask them to spread the word. You have to ask. It's not going to happen on its own. Number 2, put everything in an email. And what I mean by that is, at the end of your email, even if it's your Google Mail at this point, or Yahoo, or Hotmail, or whatever you have right now. Put it at the end of it. Please share with your friends, right? Or tell a friend. A lot of times on Pinterest or on Instagram, I see people just post stuff. But if you're not telling people to share, please tell a friend about this link. If you don't tell them, they're not going to do it. And if they're not going to do it, that's your free marketing that's going down the drain. So make sure that you ask them. For every content that you put out, be it your original content or your curated content, ask people to share it and put a tell a friend link on every content. Now, one of the most effective ways to turn a single recommendation into a powerful word of mouth marketing is to put content out every day and to ask people to share it. So don't forget to do that. Now, so we talked about, let me share this again so you can see this. There. So we talked about consistency. So make sure you have consistency, and don't forget original content or curated content, both work. Now, tactic number 5. I told you we're going to talk about 6 tactics. So tactic number 5 is give people access. And what I mean by this is really for people that already have a business, or maybe you have a book that's coming out, or you're building you have a podcast that's coming out, or maybe you have a website that you're going to start building out. Give people access. Give your current customers VIP access. Give them something that is special. So for example, I will tell you, a lot of authors, what they do is they say, if you buy 20 books, because if you're an author, you are expecting people to buy at least one book, right? So you say, if you buy 20 books, I will give you, you're invited to a free retreat for 1 day with me. What that does is increasing, this is free marketing again, and by giving people free access or VIP access, you're increasing that your sale numbers. You're going from 1 to 20, right? So some of the ways you can do that is give people sneak peeks, delve into your process, right? Say, for example, a lot of times I will tell you for my podcast that I do for Womanpreneur Success Podcast, a lot of people will tell me, hey, can you tell me how to do podcast? Like, can you teach me how to podcast? And I do that, but I do it as a sneak peek, right? So it's very, very important when you are building something, be it a product. If you, for example, I will tell you there are a lot of retail stores or a lot of restaurants that will do pop-up or pop-up dining at the back of their restaurant as a sneak peek for their VIP customers. And you know what that does, right? I'm going to keep going back because I want to be on the VIP list. And that really, really will build your customer base that you have right now. So to really reiterate, a lot of these tactics that I'm telling you today are goals of these tactics could be various, right? You could use it to build loyalty, like giving people access, putting content out. You can use it to gain trust. You can use it to get e-commerce to get the sale. For testimonials, you can use it for trust. So again, going back to slide 1, right? It's important, very important to know what your goal is, and then use one of these tactics to build out your marketing. Now, I have about 15 minutes left, so I'm going to go on to this. Tactic number 6 is what we call influencer marketing. This is super, super, super important right now. And when I talk about influencer marketing, what I mean is really an influencer is anybody who has more followers than you have, right? Reach out to local influencers in your area. For example, if you are a photographer, you have a photography business, reach out to a local influencer and ask them. We talked about the marketing tactic before of providing value, right? Shock and awe. Ask them if you can do a free half an hour portfolio for them. So what you're going to do is reach out to somebody who is a local influencer, ask them shock and awe tactic, do a free portfolio for them and half an hour, right? It doesn't have to be too much, but do an amazing job with it. And then the tactic that we use about word of mouth marketing, right? Ask them to share it. And what they're going to do, give you a testimonial and say, hey, Smita came to me and we did a half an hour or 45-minute shoot. And here are these amazing pictures that I'm using as my profile pic on my website. And I love it. That you're using influencer marketing, free tactic, shock and awe, content, and testimonials. So you see how it comes full circle? And this is all free. All it's doing for you is taking up your time. Maybe you have a product, right? Maybe you have a baby product and you're doing these cute little baby clothes, right? It is so hard to go on e-commerce and start selling it. How do you tell people that you're here, right? Let's go back to, again, the whole free marketing tactics, right? So influencer marketing, reach out to an influencer in your area that just had a baby, right? Go to them and tell them, hey, I want to give this to you and tell me if you like it and I would love to get your feedback. So you're going to give them to them, on them with your product, right? Put it in a beautiful package, send them a card later on, send them like a little pic as they're opening it. If you're there, take a pic. And then what you're going to do, use it as your content, right? So all of the whole process, use it as your content, and then your testimonials. So have them record a video testimonial or say, hey, do you mind? I would love for you to write a quick testimonial for me. Ask, right? And do it. Guys, these are your free marketing tactics that you can use with them. And trust me, they totally, totally work, especially if you're just starting out or you're launching a new product, or if you've been in business for 10 years, try these and trust me, they're going to work. Also, let me tell you, for my podcast, I get a ton of requests for interviews, right? People will reach out to me all the time and they'll say, hey, Smita, I wrote a book, or I have a new program coming up and I would love to come on your podcast and talk about it. They're doing influencer marketing. It's free. Of course, I screen them, so I make sure that I like my guests and I know they're in line with what I want. And they're getting access to all of these people that are listening to it. Free influencer marketing, content marketing, because they're going to put it on their social media. And a lot of times they ask me to give them feedback. So they ask me, and they'll give me sneak peek, right? So if they have a product that I'm interested in, they'll give me a sneak peek and maybe I'll buy it. So it's so amazing and it's so easy how it comes full circle, and you can use these simple marketing tactics really to sell your product, to, again, those 4 things, right? To gain trust, to build loyalty, brand awareness, all of this. Yes, I mean, it's quite amazing and it totally works. So let me see again. I do not have any questions. Ladies, you are letting me off the hook too easy. Okay, so that was today's meetup. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took away a ton. This is some quick links that you can find for me. You can find me on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Don't forget to like our Womanpreneur Success page. Join our Facebook group. And of course, I have a Womanpreneur Success podcast. And also, I have a new podcast that's coming up called Modern Marketer. But again, this is really for you guys. Join our Facebook group. It's we have so much coming up, and we have so many interactions coming up. It's going to be amazing. Um, these are some tactics that I've shared with you today that you can totally use in your business and all you need really to know your goal, the 4 goals that we talk about, know your goal and know which tactic you're going to use. Use only 1 or 2 at the most at one time, because you'll really know what's working, and just take it from there. It's going to, yes, it takes time. It will, and when I say time, I don't mean time to show results. Like, it'll take time to really plan it out, to build that process out. But once you have it, Pat, I'm telling you, it's going to be, you'll see it flow. I mean, and as you see those results, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this totally works. And it's completely free. Like I said, all it does is take some time. So I am almost done. I'm going to hop on to our YouTube link to see if I have any questions over there. Let me see. All right. Cool. So, you know what? I don't think I am streaming any links over here. Great. So, I think that's it for today. Tell me how you liked it. Tell me if you like these virtual sessions and you want to do more of these, because as we move forward, if this is more convenient for our meetup group, I do want to reiterate the fact that I started this meetup group because when I started my business, I had nobody to reach out to. I really did not know who to ask those, I used to call it those stupid questions, although now I will tell you there is no questions that are stupid, but just simple questions, right? What do I do if I want to get a DBA, or how does this work? Or I want to market on Facebook. How do Facebook ads work? Or how does Instagram work? All of these are things that when I was starting out, I had nobody to help me out. And I learned on my own, so that, that growth curve was so long. And when I finally became, and knock on wood, successful, I had a following, and I really knew what I was doing. I decided that I was going to start this meetup group, especially, for women in Houston. And of course, we'll see if we start doing more of these virtual sessions. We'll do it for people anywhere in the world, really. And this is for you guys. This is for you to reach out to me, ask me questions. Send in your questions, because even if I see a lot of people, I got a lot of emails beforehand, and they said, you know what, I really don't want to, be on the spot, because we were going to do Blab, by the way, which Blab shut down, and a lot of people said, I don't want to be on camera. I'm going to be in my PJs, and I'm going to be home, and I'd rather just, listen to you talk, which is fine, which is what which is what we did today. But you're more than welcome to ask me questions. Send it to me, email it to me, or if you have certain topics that you'd like to talk about, I welcome you. And this is about us. This is our group. This is our Woman Entrepreneur Success Meetup group, and I want to keep it that way. So that's it for me today. If you want to see the presentation, or if you want to ask some questions about the mastermind that we have coming up, which is September 11th, we already have slots filled out. I think I have about 2 slots left at this point. So if you are interested in the mastermind, it's going to be very intimate, maybe 4, maximum 5 people. We're going to work on Skype. We're going to make it very interactive. And really, at the end of 12 weeks, you will have a business that you would have launched, be it online, or if it's a product, So if you're writing a book, or it's a website, or whatever it is, right? We will have it. So so tell me, reach out to me, email me. My email is smita@womanpreneursuccess.com or ugramedia.com. smita@ugramedia.com. I'm not going to give you my phone number online, but email me or find me on social media, and we'll hook up. So if you like this virtual session, let me know, and we will do more of these. Maybe we'll have a guest on too. Also, don't forget the third Wednesday of next month, so which is September. Let me pull this up really quick. September 21st. We are doing a copywriting workshop or copywriting meetup at the Womenpreneur Success Meetup at Start Houston, and we're going to talk about all about writing copy for your website or for your emails or anything and everything, or your social media. It is so important to hook your customers to really understand how they're going to come in and what are the key phrases that are going to pull them in. So that meetup is going to talk all about copy or copywriting. And that's it for today. I am going to go since or maybe my chat is not working. I'm not sure. This is the first time I'm doing it. So bear with me if this did not work or there were some problems. And I will try and do this more often. Bye. And of course, I hope you liked it.